Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. We got Yaya Ding Dong, Jedi Assassins, ASR, Kenobi, a mashup, second or third best alliance in the game, facing off against us, who are at best, top platinum one. No, at best we are lower masters bracket, and on average we are top platinum 1 alliance. So going into this war, we were already aware of the fact that literally 90 to 95% of the defenders are going to be rank 4 sig 200, which turned out to be true. I think I only had one rank 3 fight, which is up next. Everybody else was like rank 4 and almost like sig 200 or something like that. So a lot of this is going to be fast forwarded. I'm going to talk about the few fights that I think are worth talking about. Killmonger on that note is pretty good placement, I must say. But at the end of the day, it's just Killmonger. You can play around him. And then over here, this was pretty weird to me, because I was triggering Conduit on every knockdown, and you see over there I shut it down because I had 2 of them up, but like I had pretty bad RNG over here. And I think another guy from SGA, Watson, he was telling me that for him every knockdown except for 1 or 2 were triggering Conduit, and I'm like, that is like really bad RNG, because 65% chance is like less than half of the time. And you just saw over there what happened. He entered his 30% HP mode where he takes no damage and regens everything, but then he just like immediately shot up. He went up all the way to like 93% HP, whereas he's only supposed to be at like, well, nothing, to be honest, because it only scales with his base health, not with the actual health. Does it? Yeah, I think it only scales with his base health. And Ink was telling me about it. He said that he was using Havoc against this Mephisto, and the same thing happened to him, and he timed out. But of course, Kingpin is a beast. He's not going to time out over here. It's just going to be a long fight, which kind of sucked, but you know, that's what it is. I forgot to check. I'm pretty sure this Terrax was rank 4 as well. I might be wrong though, but you know, it's just Terrax. Whenever you knock him down, he's gonna go debuff immune, so I'm just sticking to my SP3 rotation. I know I have the protection up. I go for that heavy attack, and in reality, I think this is a very poor placement, because whenever you knock him down, he's gonna get rid of the Conduit global. So I understand the reasoning behind it, but in a lot of situations, Conduit defenders on nodes that just get rid of debuffs aren't really the best idea. And I face another defender like that a little bit later, which I'll talk about it. Here we got Peni. We've taken her a lot of times here. She's just a long fight. She didn't even regen this time in backup recovery. I don't know how exactly that works, but yeah, so our goal going into this war was that we knew we were gonna lose. Like, let's be realistic, we're not gonna get 5 or 6 deaths, especially against their monster defense. So our goal was like to create as much of a learning experience as we can, and try as hard as we can to keep our deaths below double digits. But I was like internally honestly expecting like 15 deaths. Right now we are at 16. We still have about 20 fights to go, 20-25. I think we might, I'm not sure, but we might be like 16. We might go to 18 or 19. But BG3, so our BG2, which is my BG, did really well. So far we only have 3 deaths. Well, not 3 deaths, 2 deaths and 1 timeout. Timeout was mine. We'll talk about that. So we had like one death which was easily avoidable, and it's mostly a death that was related to what is that? To input issues, because the guy said that, and it's clear, we saw the video as well, he was dexing, like he dexed Nick Fury's SP2, like the first part, and then it just had him hold block, which I'm like, yeah, nobody will do that. Everybody knows that you're just going to keep on dexing backwards. It was partially his fault too, which he will rectify next time. He should have used invulnerability boost, because Nick Fury is the kind of a champion that, you know, you're just gonna you can just like get KO'd if you miss one or two, if you get hit like one or two times with one of his bigger attacks. So I wasn't supposed to take this Mordo, but it was getting late and I wanted to take this fight down so that I could open up section 2, because I was supposed to do Scorpion up next. And oh, I think this Mordo is rank 3 as well, so I think these two were the only fights that were rank 3. Anyways, Mordo, he isn't really hard. Just pop an invulnerability boost and you're gonna be fine. I ate a combo over there, so I lost my indestructibility. And at this point I was like, okay, I gotta make sure that I bait his special attacks, and I make sure that I don't push him to SP3. So I went for SP3, and in hindsight, I think from next time onwards, I think I'm gonna go for my SP3 as well, even though his I got hit over there. That's so weird. I dropped an SP3. How is that called like two back-to-back same attacks for a Mixed Master? But yeah, he is only immune to passive ability accuracy reduction, and debuffs are active. So this whole thing is a mess. I think this is another thing Kabam should fix, because it's the same with Mephisto. He's only immune to passive ability accuracy reduction, but he also reduces, and in fact he doesn't reduce passive ability accuracy reduction. Blade bypasses that, which is ridiculous. And he should only be immune to active ability accuracy reduction. Or sorry, yeah, so passive. You get the idea. Alright, here we got Scorpion. Pretty simple. It's a rank 4, but not that difficult. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, we were treating this war as a learning experience, and we didn't want to... I mean, of course we wanted to win, but we knew that wasn't possible, so we weren't gonna let this war bog us down, because it's a huge mismatch. If I don't show that, but if you look at the plus or minus Alliance War rating, if we won this match we would get like 57 rating plus, and if we lost we only lose like 8 ratings. But having that in mind, we also didn't want to give up too many deaths or attack bonuses, because Alliance War rating is one thing, but season points is another, and season points is what decides where you rank. Currently, based on our internal record keeping method, we are ranked 7, like 7th overall in Masters, and I think we're gonna drop to 11 or 12 after this war, after this defeat. And I'm guessing in order to stay in Masters we absolutely need to win 3 wars to like stay in Masters. Preferably win 4 wars, because if we win 4 wars there's a good chance we might be like in the top 10 Masters bracket. We're not aiming for that, we really just want to get Masters. I think that's going to be the first time for us. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I think so. So this Goblin fight goes much better. I was actually doing this at like 4 a.m. because, you know, I woke up to take a leak, and the guy on my right, he was supposed to take Gallon mini boss, and that's the one on missing in action. Oh, this is pretty weird. I don't know why that's happening. Oh no, okay, that's just on my part. Yeah, the frame was glitching. But anyways, I was taking this at like 4 a.m. or something, and then I fought this Sersi. And I'm like, yeah, I've done Sersi quite a lot, so, you know, nothing really to worry about. But then at some point, you're going to see it. It's pretty early on. Let's see. There we go. I got clipped, and I'm like, uh-oh. Don't fuck around, man. Just open your eyes, get this fight done. I know, you know this is easy, but still. And I think I ate a SP1, like the tail end of it over there. And then I was like looking at the time, like, holy shit, it's been 1 minute and I've only done like 12%. So I picked up the pace over here. She's just a bit annoying. I don't think she's tough. I don't know. I think I'm only going for okay, so I decided that I'm only going to go for SP3s. And this makes a huge difference. So last war I took Sersi on Missing in Action Mini. And I took down that fight in 3 minutes, I think. Yeah. And this fight is going to be almost 4 minutes. So you can see, like, Kingpin not having his SP1 degen active. It takes away, like, a third of his damage. Is it a third? Yeah, it takes away, like, almost a third of his damage. And that degen, even though it ticks for like really low, it's very helpful because, you know, when you're baiting the opponent's special attacks, you're still dealing damage. Like, you don't really need to worry too much about time. But yeah, anyways, I think we are just about to end this pretty soon. Because I look at the time over here, it's like 1 minute. I'm like, yeah, okay, I got this. And yeah. Alright. So this is the fight. Oh, man. I actually was like really close to solo. I just needed a different strategy. So going into this fight, I have done rank 4 Sig 80 or Sig 100 Sasquatch on Limber Mini last season, which was against HC Magneto. And I destroyed that fight. I'm like, okay, this fight is just going to be slightly longer. That fight was like 3 minutes or 3 minutes 20 seconds. So this might be like 4 minutes. So I think so one thing that I found pretty odd was that the Sasquatch here was quite passive. I don't know if you can see it, but he is like really holding on to special attacks. He's not throwing them. It's been like a minute and a half, and you know, it wasn't really going that well. And there went my indestructible, like 2 hits, I think that was. Then here I'm trying to bait special. Like, you see that he is so passive. I just don't understand. And this is also one of the reasons why I prefer going for SB1 spam, because, you know, the SB1 pushes them in their corner. When they're cornered, they're more likely to throw their special attack. Then here I eat a special attack. I think I still have the indestructible right over here. Yeah. So even at this point, I'm like, okay, I got 2 minutes. You know, he's going to get a lot of regen because SP3 gives him quite a lot of regen. And I'm like, alright, so, I mean, this is still not too bad. I still have this fairly under control. At this point, I should have switched up my strategy and went for SP1s. Because you're going to see that the SP2 rotation wasn't really doing that much. I mean, I can out-damage him. I can easily out-damage him. It's just that because there is Conflictor, it messes up with the PowerGain. With the MD, I mean. So I really have to wait and bait out another special attack before I can attack him. So here I look, I'm like, oh, okay. Let's just go for SP1s here. And I think that should be fine. And you're gonna see, like, I get really close. I get so close. Like, now I have 2 SP1 degens. Like, I'm almost pretty much shutting down his regeneration over here. But then at this point, he's gonna go into Wrath of Terrax, and all I want him is to do a heavy attack. But he did like 7-hit combo into my block. He dashed back. Alright. Then he dashed in again, and that time I got caught. I was like trying to do a light intercept, and I got caught over there. And he got me. So it's just like watch, 1, 2, 3. Was it 3 or 4 hits? 4 hits. That's all I needed to do. So going forward, I think SP1 is still going to be the play. Like, you can see, you saw in the Sersi fight, the difference is huge. Like 3 minutes without with SP1 versus 4 minutes without SP1. That's a huge. And I think the Sersi last time was also a rank 4. I think so. I'm not 100% sure. Like, that's a massive difference. So yeah, next time onwards, I'm definitely gonna stick with SP1. I might even have a Mr. Fantastic pre-fight just so I can like start off. I mean, maybe we'll see about that. That Sasquatch, it's not really that tough over there. Alright, we had this rank 4 Mojo, and I made a very stupid mistake. You're gonna see over here. Yeah, and it's right at the end. It's not like at the start or something. It's right at the end. 6% HP, I blocked his SP1. Because I was like, oh cool, he got his anti-life field. I'll just block his SP1 and that degen is not going to do too much damage. I totally forgot his SP2 is, or sorry, SP2. I'll block his SP2. So I totally forgot his SP2 is actually unblockable. What an idiot. I mean, this war was like a huge potion tax, but I really enjoyed this war. GG's to Jedi Assassin. They obviously deserve it. It's a huge mismatch, but still. And I actually I like fighting these guys like at the top more than fighting equal or lower rated opponents, because you know, you experience a lot more a huge difference in difficulty, even though like they have similar defenders. It's just the way they are placed and where they are placed, the idea that goes behind it, and the different or unique interactions over there. It's like something that I feel like it's a pretty good learning experience. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. We get this Doom boss down as usual. Doom is like, I think, gonna be the most common boss this whole season, so I'm just gonna be on boss duty until the end, I guess. But yeah, comment down below, let me know what you would have done differently versus Sasquatch. I do think Kingpin can definitely take that. All I needed was like 3 or 4 hits more, and I think I also made a mistake where I didn't go get that intercept right. But anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.